Let's put the spotlight on DB Realty. That's the stock that is in focus. If you look at the numbers that has come in for DB Realty, spectacular numbers in the quarter gone by. If you look at the revenue, it was at around 68 crore rupees as against 10 crore rupees a year ago. Even the PAT has seen approximately 55% rise on a year-on-year basis. The PAT has come in at around 800 and I believe 884 crore rupees as against 564 crore rupees. That's the number coming for DB Realty. But all in all, if you look at the numbers, a great gain coming in on a year-on-year basis. But we are joined by Shahid Balwa, who's the Vice Chairman and MD at DB Realty, joining us on the show right now. A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Balwa. Thank you so much for joining us live on ET now. And congratulations on a great set of numbers in the quarter gone by. If you look at your numbers, your revenue, like I mentioned, spectacular growth. Other income has seen a rise by about 34 times on a year-on-year basis. If you put all of these numbers together, how should one look at the growth coming in for DB Realty in the quarter gone by?
You know, we have looked at a lot of balance sheet. We've undertaken a lot of balance sheet cleaning exercise, and the numbers that you see includes a lot of divestments that we have undertaken to reduce debt. So effectively, all that you are seeing is a balance sheet cleanup exercise coupled with sale of assets. And, you know, we are hoping that in this quarter, DB Realty standalone will be debt-free. We have reduced debt by about 900 crores in the last quarter. Overall debt that we have reduced in the last 3 years is in excess of about, at a group level of about 4,000 crores. So our entire exercise, entire focus at the moment is to become debt-free, and hopefully this quarter will be debt-free on a standalone basis. And that is the reason, you know, all that, whatever is happening with the P&L numbers, the balance sheet, etc., is a reflection of that endeavor.
Right, sir. This is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. You know, I want to understand one more thing. If you could help us understand what the growth would have looked like without some of the one-offs, and what is the sustainable run rate of growth that one could expect from the company going forward?
So, you know, as a real estate, the model of real estate that we have, or that DB Realty is working on, is joint ventures and you know, basically becoming a land provider to developers. So, you know, as far as DB Realty is concerned, all the land is housed in you know, downstream subsidiaries. So, going forward, you will see these kind of gains coming in from the downstream subsidiaries, unlike other real estate developers where you have, you know, sale of flats, etc. We have a different model where we have sale of land or, you know, joint venture or some, you know, something of that sort. So our numbers will not be, will reflect those kind of activities versus sale of flats, which is the normal reflection by any other developer in the Mumbai market.
Right, Mr. Balwa, actually taking a leaf out of what you actually spoke, recently you actually divested your stake actually in one of the project to about Rustomjee Crown for about 231 crore rupees. In recent past also you've sold your stake in few other projects as well. Were you able to recover your investments, and also how do you plan to utilize this proceeds that you've got right now?
So we have more than recovered investments in all the sales that we have undertaken, including in the Rustomjee project. We are utilizing all the money that we are raising through the sale of these assets, through land parcels, to reduce our debt, and that's going to be the endeavor at least till the end of this quarter. We are also concurrently, as we speak, adding new projects to the already existing projects, which we will then take to developers, you know, like Prestige or Godrej, who are already our partners, or the other established developers, and form joint ventures where we will have gains that will get reflected in our balance sheet going forward.
Right. So, you know, one more thing in terms of what's the value unlocking you see in terms of the land parcel sales, and how much more is expected to come through that as well?
We have close to 600 acres of, so, you know, we have a lot of land to come by. You know, I don't want to make any statement which will look a little unrealistic at this stage. But we have immense value, embedded value, which is there and gives us enough stock in trade for the next 20 years.
Right. If you could talk to us about your performance that you've seen in the real estate business, if you could give us a color about what sort of a demand environment are you seeing, particularly when you talk about your projects, the sort of footfalls that you're seeing as well as conversions, because we know that realty sector has bounced back from actually the lows that it has seen. This realty cycle has just begun, isn't it?
So as I said at the beginning, our model is to be the landowner in joint ventures with established real estate players. So with all the players with whom we already have existing joint ventures, Prestige, Godrej, etc., those projects are seeing exceptional traction. We are seeing phenomenal sales in all those projects. They don't obviously get reflected on our balance sheet till they come to a certain stage of completion, because we have a certain area share or a revenue share or a profit share on those projects. But we are seeing great demand buoyancy at the moment in respect of the residential space. In the commercial space, we have more than about 7.5 million square feet under development in Mumbai itself, which is which we are going to build to lease. And all those projects also, we are seeing pre-leasing activity already, even at the stage, at this initial stage of construction. So we are seeing overall great demand for real estate, both residential and commercial.
Demand for real estate, both residential and commercial. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in with us this afternoon on ET Now, giving us an understanding in terms of the company and the outlook going forward as well.